Once upon a time in ancient China, there was a beautiful princess named Li Mei. She lived in the magnificent imperial palace, ruled by her father, the king. Although she possessed extraordinary grace and intelligence, the princess harbored a dark secret deep within her heart. Li Mei's father was a tyrant who oppressed the people and ruled with an iron fist. The king's actions had caused immense suffering and pain among the citizens of the kingdom. As the princess witnessed the injustices inflicted upon her people, her heart filled with compassion and a burning desire for change. Unable to bear the suffering any longer, Li Mei resolved to take matters into her own hands. She decided to end her father's reign by any means necessary, even if it meant sacrificing her own life. With this dangerous plan in mind, she discreetly began gathering information about her father's weaknesses and his daily routines. As days turned into weeks, the princess meticulously planned her every move. She knew that to succeed, she had to strike when her father was most vulnerable. Late one evening, as the moon cast a dim glow over the palace, Li Mei seized her opportunity. With a dagger concealed beneath her flowing robes, the princess sneaked into her father's chamber. The king lay soundly asleep, unaware of the danger that lurked just steps away. Trembling with a mix of fear and determination, Li Mei approached the sleeping figure on the bed. But as she raised her hand, ready to strike, a sudden realization washed over her. She realized that resorting to violence would only perpetuate the cycle of suffering. Her true desire was not to kill her father but to bring about a just and prosperous kingdom for her people. In that moment, Li Mei dropped the dagger and made a difficult decision. Instead of taking her father's life, she chose to confront him with the truth. She would confront him about the suffering he had caused and demand that he change his ways for the betterment of the kingdom. The following day, the princess summoned her father to the royal courtyard. Surrounded by courtiers and guards, Li Mei boldly addressed the king. She spoke of the hardships endured by the people and the need for compassion and fairness in his rule. Initially taken aback by his daughter's courage, the king's heart softened as he listened to her words. He realized the error of his ways and the pain he had inflicted upon his subjects. In that moment, the king made a solemn vow to amend his rule, to govern with justice and kindness. Word of the princess's bravery and her father's newfound enlightenment quickly spread throughout the kingdom. The people rejoiced, knowing that their voices had been heard and that change was finally on the horizon. From that day forward, Princess Li Mei and her father, the king, worked together to rebuild the kingdom, mending the wounds of the past. Their collaboration brought prosperity and happiness to the people, and the once oppressive reign was transformed into a benevolent and just rule. And so, the tale of Princess Li Mei serves as a reminder that sometimes, the most powerful weapon is not one of violence, but one of courage and conviction.